dead!
Remember, you're all a big part of the show. We're on in 10 seconds, so get ready to have a good time.
Hi, this is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard. Please fasten your seatbelts, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Brand new opening. I love that, Ryan. Thank you. Cocktail show is almost wheels up. I got to do a few things here. Welcome. Let me kick the tires. Let's light them up. Leslie, you know what to do. You got to remove that cat from your lap and that condom from your wine bottle.
The cat just jumped from my lap. And for those of you following the Hassan Piker story, he does not have a shock collar. He's allowed to stand up during the broadcast and come and go as he pleases. Go look it up. But in the meantime,
Okay.
I've got, yeah, exactly. We like, just throwing stuff out, little nuggets for you, including the fact this nugget is called Bonfleur. And I picked this little beauty up. Can you tell that I tasted it during the pre-show? A little bit, because I got it from Aldus. That foreign grocer that I like to shop at, and I think it was $7. So
that's the sweet spot.
I picked up a $3.95 Sauvignon Blanc. Okay, that one's gonna need a little work, but this one.
Hey, you got to experiment.
It's a $3.95 Sauvignon Blanc.
What do you got to lose?
What do you want?
Yeah, $3.99. 3, 2. There it goes. Yeah.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, baby. All right. We're off and running. Wheels are officially up on the GarrForce. And boy, we got two of our favorite guests that are regulars on the program, on the same program. That's really nice to have. And we'll start in just a minute here with Katie, and then Jenna will give us her October recipe. Did Keely-Ann check in, Ryan? Yeah. Okay.
Now, Keely-Ann teased us a couple weeks back, kind of saying maybe
I'm done. I've
the
done it all.
schnauzer thing has run its course, but no.
If there's a schnauzer mixed drink, I'm wondering if the preference is wet or dry, shaken or stirred. Hi, Jenna. Your choice on that one.
The answer in Gary's world is yes.
Yeah. There's the screen door. We're not going to go through all of that because we got to get a lot of stuff in today. But the screen door is still up. It will be all year.
By the way, that is a hell of an opening. Yay, Ryan. I mean, it was everything I had hoped for and more.
Yes, I have been opening my show for years with the War of the Worlds horns. And then I realized, well, Alan, the producer emeritus of the GarrForce cocktail show, he did have the horns and the tripod. Right. And then when he left, we kind of let it go. And I was watching War of the Worlds this week and thought, whoa, I want to get the horns back. Love those horns.
Did you see the AI interpretation of a tripod? It was like a camera tripod. There's work to be done on that. But I put it in there because it was funny. And then did everybody hear Gary's voice? It sounded just like on the captain. You couldn't hear it.
Right. He had me record that and he said, just watch the opening. I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. And if you've been on a flight at all, you'll be sitting there and the captain comes on, and half the time, I don't know if they don't have a volume thing on there. Turn it up to 11. I can't hear what the hell he's saying.
On top of that, they talk down like this, and they talk in a quiet kind of.
Right. Yeah, that's your
I'm in control. You don't really need to know what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, just sit back, relax. We're expecting a smooth flight. We are. Goof free on this one. Well, that's because we're drinking and it doesn't bother us if we do get bumpy. And boy, we got a lot to talk about as far as bumpiness. That damn super moon, and I think we got 2 more before the end of the year. That super moon really has played havoc with the premium shows. And Ryan will come back in a few minutes and explain what's going on with that. We're getting all this straightened out eventually.
It's going to be good. It's going to be better. BTE, better than ever.
Yeah, just a little turbulence before we get there, but we'll get it straightened out. Now, let's get to Katie because she has an appointment this evening. She's going to Katie and her family, Brian, her father, Brian Sheridan, they're all from Oh Yes and Bon Journey, except Katie. I guess they don't want any icky girls in Bon Journey. Is that it?
Boy thing, I guess.
Yeah, really. But I'll tell you what, I'd find something to do with Bon Journey because you are aces with Oh Yes.
Thank you. I would love to get involved in Bon Journey, so it's a matter of time. I'll weasel my way in.
Yes, you will. But the Sheridans are huge Halloween fans. Yeah. And do you help in the setup of your family home's decoration?
I am a really good supporter, and I go, that looks great.
Yeah, because your father texted us about a month and a half ago, I'm starting to set up Halloween, and I go, you know what we feel about that early thing? And he goes, listen, I got a big display, and I got to start now, and we've got video, and you're right, Brian, it is pretty impressive. Yeah. So why don't we show this? Because I want to make sure we get this in and talk about it, and then we'll talk about a few Gen Z things.
There is some audio on it, but if you want to talk over it, you'll have to unmute yourself because the minute I start playing, you all go mute.
Okay, let it roll, and then we'll decide.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, let's discuss. So your father started in late August to put all that up. When did he start doing this display? How many years ago? And did it start with just a few, or did he go out and get all that at once because he's such a Halloween freak?
Yeah, I mean, it started very gradually, I would say. I feel like he really started getting into it once we started doing our thing where on Halloween, we take off, we play hooky, we make it a whole big thing. And I feel like ever since then, you know, we host things on our driveway and we have people over and, you know, we lay out tables and it's a whole big thing. And ever since we did that, I feel like we've slowly just started making it a thing. I think I want to say 2017 is when it started to begin. It started with just the porch. Then slowly it made its way into the yard, and then it made its way into, you know, the window upstairs.
Yeah, that window upstairs. That looks like a real person. That kind of scared me.
It's Annabelle.
That's Annabelle.
And she's in town, by the way. So she's in Illinois, so steer clear.
Yeah, I asked Katie, because I saw that story that Annabelle was in Illinois, and I said, do you warm to Annabelle? Is that a thing that you go see? And you go, that's even too scary for me.
No, she's possessed as hell. Don't mess with her. I'm even scared of the one up there. I will not go in that room. Something about the Annabelle doll, I don't like it.
Okay, and you got some electricity running to all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's become such a production. It's Old Pine Cemetery, so it's very centralized around like classic Halloween. We're not doing things like zombies and slasher and stuff like that. It's very witches, pumpkins, skeletons. It's all very classic, old-fashioned Halloween style. So it's called Old Pine Cemetery. People come in groups to just come and watch it. The kids love it. And my dad loves to go out and just talk to them. And we've just recently added Music Rocks. So.
Okay. And does the town have some ordinance about how late you can keep all that on?
I think usually we shut it off around 11. They don't keep it on very long. It also gets like at night, it's insane in here. There's like strobe lights all over the house. And it's like green and red inside. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know where I'm walking. There's a giant 6-foot pumpkin right over here, actually. You can see.
I think when you giant 6-foot pumpkin is redundant, you can just say 6-foot pumpkin.
It's pretty giant.
Yeah, it's pretty giant.
But yeah,
wow. Okay, so
has ABC shown up for the Great American Pumpkin Fight?
They don't have a light fight around Halloween, but if they did, you'd be a contender. Do you publicize where your family lives, or do you want to not say anything where they live?
We haven't publicized anything, like putting out our address or anything right now. I think it's mostly for people that drive around and see it, or the neighborhood. I don't know if we ever will do that. I'm not sure. In this day and age, it feels a little scary, but I'll leave that up to the rents.
Okay, my question to your father the other day was, you know me, where do you store all that stuff the rest of the year?
Yeah, it's gosh. We've got some things in the attic, some things in the crawl space, some things just stay back in the corner in the garage. So they're meticulously placed in a lot of different areas. But he also keeps buying more. And then I'm like, where are we gonna put this ginormous thing that we just bought? Well, we always figure it out.
Do you have some kind of...
There goes your bedroom, Katie.
No, my brother's bedroom is already taken over with a bunch of it after he moved out.
Of course. Is there an assessment of how much that is all worth? Do you have to put it on your homeowner's insurance in case something happens? And has anybody ever tampered with it?
We think that this year people have been tampering with it for some reason, which is really annoying. We'll notice things are knocked over. Yeah, I'm like, all right, leave it alone. Leave my skeletons alone. But
what have they done? They haven't stolen anything, have they?
No, they haven't stolen anything. Although I did. This isn't funny to laugh about. My friend works at the park district, and she got like a police report of somebody their clown was stolen off of their property, and I felt so bad. But it's just the phrasing of it in the police report, like clown stolen off of grass. I was like, oh, but no stealing. Oh, God, if I had to guess,
Garry can understand because he was unfortunately the recipient of a stolen baby Jesus from a nativity scene.
Yeah.
These things happen seasonally.
Yep.
Sometimes you're caught up in them, and it's meant as a prank, but it can go haywire.
Stealing baby Jesus is on another level, though.
It is. And boy, when I found out, I sent it back, and then he said the church said to keep it, and I just didn't want to be caught in the middle of that. It was a weird-looking baby Jesus too. It had googly eyes.
Oh,
it did. Remember? It did. Yeah. You got to do this stuff like the nativity scenes where they have to put some kind of loop on the figures from the factory, and then like patio furniture at restaurants at night, they push it all together, and then they run that lock, the cord and the lock through the whole thing. Yeah. Because a lot of people try to steal baby Jesuses. If you pick it up, then that whole nativity scene's coming with you.
It's like the cables on purses, expensive purses at the department stores. You can only take them so far.
Okay, Halloween has introduced the 18-foot tall skeletons, and I have said that this is going to bleed into Christmas. We're going to have an 18-foot long baby Jesus.
That would be
not inflatable. Inflatables, they're all kind of big, but I mean the plastic, the hard plastic.
Oh my God, that would be absolutely terrifying. That's like a Halloween decoration in itself. 18-foot Jesus.
18-foot tall wise men, 18-foot tall Virgin Mary, 18-foot tall Joseph,
yes, angels.
Angels. Yeah, think about it. Yeah.
So tonight, instead, you're going to be buried alive? Is that?
Yeah. Tell us where you're going after this.
Yeah. So after this, we're taking a limo because
fancy.
We travel to our haunted houses in style. Do not mess with the Sheridans and their Halloween. And we're going to go to a haunted house called Dungeon of Doom in Zion. And it's an hour-long haunted house. You can get buried alive when you're in there. You can have the choice between doing it or not doing it. I'm personally going to do it. I think it's comforting. I shall be getting buried alive tonight in Dungeon of Doom.
And by buried alive, you mean not with dirt?
No, yeah, they actually like throw you in the ground and bury you 6 feet under. No, I'm kidding. It's like ball pit balls that they drop on you.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the ball pit balls,
Mm-hmm.
and you lie down, and then you stay there until you can't take it anymore.
Yeah, basically, I think it's like a 30-second time loop until they empty the balls. One of my favorite stories, though, is the first time that we ever went. I was terrified. I had never done it before. I didn't know what to expect. So we're laying there. I'm like trying not to have a panic attack. And our friend next to us just goes, "How many times do you think they wash these balls?"
Ooh. Oh, that's the scariest part of all.
Nice.
Right there.
No.
Yeah.
Forget the claustrophobia. Now I'm just, worried about the smell.
Yeah.
Well, even worse than that is the story I've told many times, and only I could have been sitting there when this happened because of the way I think. Snorkels, when you go to resorts and rent a snorkel.
Mm-hmm.
And my thought as I'm sitting at the pool one day in Hawaii, how many times do they wash those snorkels? Do they boil them every night? And at that moment, I look at the line to rent snorkels, and one of the biggest porn stars on the planet at that time is in line to get a snorkel.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Ron Jeremy. Remember, if you know who that is.
I don't.
Okay, that's good.
Good on you, hon.
Yeah, but there he was, and I'm like, oh my God, this proves my point.
Oh God, yeah, you don't know what that's been. I'm like, no hate against it, but hopefully they wash them.
But that's what you put that in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Do they soak them?
He put a lot of things in his.
He got a pretty mouth. No, he didn't. Yeah.
He's not
Okay.
thinking about that.
You want to talk a few Gen Z things before you have to take off to the haunted house? And this is in Zion, Illinois, which is towards the top of the state of Illinois.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So that should be interesting.
It'll be a fun little 45-minute drive.
Yeah. Okay. And the Gen Z stare. Let's talk. What is the Gen Z stare?
Yeah. So basically, we like to classify that the Gen Z stare is basically thinking about what you say. Like if someone says something really stupid, it's just kind of like processing it and not being like, "Are you dumb?" Like, so say you go somewhere and you're like, "Oh, can I get a caramel latte?" And then they go, "Does it have caramel in it?" You just kind of.
You don't say anything. You just stare.
You just stare and then you go, "Yeah,
mm-hmm.
It does."
Yeah.
So it's
like we hear it from the other generational standpoint, and that's like, well, these kids can't come up with an answer, but you're essentially saying that the question is too stupid
for an answer. Yeah, it doesn't deserve my energy for an answer.
Exactly. We're trying not to be like, just ask that. Read it. It's right there. So
now, we've talked about this thing called raw dogging on flights where people sit there, me being one of them, if it's a rather short flight. I don't read. I don't look at my phone. I just stare into the seat back in front of me for the entire flight and think.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's called raw dogging. And I kind of find it relaxing.
Wow. Well, there's to you coming from a Gen Z. I cannot do that. I have to be distracted like a little baby on a plane, like jiggling keys or something, because otherwise I'll just start freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, I'm all the way in the air. Like, what's that?
Okay.
So I either have to color, I have to read, I have to sleep, but I always have to have like, God, it sounds so bad, some form of stimulation.
Okay. Well,
bad. I know that's just my generation though.
That's fine. Your generation, I feel kind of sorry for your demographic because of all the headwinds that you're experiencing that previous generations didn't have to this extent. There's just a lot of stuff happening to process. And start with the 9/11 moment. That's where your generation kind of started, right? Yeah.
I was not even a year. I was just over a year old when 9/11 happened. So
yeah. So that's the first part of
what's
the
your
run.
fondest memory? No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
Yeah.
They started off strong.
Yeah. All right.
It just keeps getting worse, but it's fine.
Yeah. Stop using thumbs up emojis. Why?
Sorry, Garry and I, every time we talk, he's always like, back to my text. And there's nothing wrong with it, like inherently. It's just, we think you're mad at us if you're sending like a thumbs up emoji and nothing else, because it's just like, oh, okay. Like you know.
Do you think it's passive aggressive?
Yes. Yeah, we think it's passive aggressive. And it's just because of the way that we all talk to each other. Like, if one of my friends said something that I didn't like, I would just be like, okay. Like, that's how we hear it in our head. It's like, okay.
I thought thumbs up that's what the astronauts did and pilots did when everything was hunky dunky.
So wait, if we send like Gary's done this one to me too, like the fist bump, is that okay, or is that passive aggressive?
A lot better, I think. It's kind of the same thing with the ... when like older generations follow, like they'll be like, I'm leaving now ... I'm like, okay. Are you okay? What the suspense? Why is there suspense?
But on the other hand, I've been taught that I shouldn't put a period at the end of my sentences, because that's essentially saying I am cutting you off.
Ooh. Oh yeah, if I'm mad, I'm putting a period at the end of my sentence.
Okay. And I'm just being linguistically.
No, I'm not for the grammar. If I'm mad, it's like, okay, period. And I mean business.
The other emoji combo I like, the head with the top blowing off, looks like the top of the head looks like an A-bomb mushroom cloud with the squirt gun next to it, because that's the only gun emoji you can find. They don't want any weaponry, but they have a squirt gun, so I use that, and I put that out there a lot. Like, really?
Oh yeah, we're in this big thing now as a generation where we love to create just the most outrageous emoji stickers. So, I mean, I could show you the arsenal of stickers I have in my phone. They are wackadoodle, but they're how we react to literally everything now. And they're not even emojis that you have already in your phone. Like, you have to go and create them and search them and create the sticker. It's a whole thing. It's really
dark
fun.
Emojis. That's what they're called. The dark emojis.
It's the dark one. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Nice.
Dark web emojis.
Those would be very different, I'm sure.
Yes.
It says Gen Zs are going to flip phones because they want to cut out a lot of the nonsense out in the regular phone usage.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm being quite honest, I was never really able to have a flip phone when I was younger, just because I didn't get my first phone till I was like probably 12. And that's when, iPhones and stuff started making, I know.
That's precious.
But it was like a slide phone. But I wish that I was in the era of flip phones where you could, like, if you were having a conversation, you were done, you could just flip it shut. Like, it's not the same when you're in a discussion and you just have to hit the hang up button. I want to flip it shut and be done.
Ooh.
So slam the door, close the window, kind of thing. Yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot of people, kind of just, I think a big thing with our generation is we just want to go back to when life was simpler, because everything sucks right now.
I'll tell you what, I know you've never lived without all of this technology. From day one, you've had it. But Leslie and I talk about this often. At least half of my life was without this. And I got to say, it was much more peaceful. And there's no permanent record of all the nonsense that I was going through on the radio or whatever, as far as getting my chops down. That would have been out there forever as me on the radio being a total goof and not good.
Well, even millennials and Gen Xers were given a lot more leeway than what you guys are having to experience.
Oh, absolutely.
And the scrutiny. I mean, I just watched a movie that was 15 years old, and oh my God, the pearl clutching that would be experienced today if this thing had been made is just beyond belief. And you've got to feel like you're being scrutinized a lot.
Daily. I'm constantly, if I make a joke to somebody, I'm like, is it okay to make this joke, or are they gonna like tell me that I'm the worst and then cancel me? Like, even if it's not bad, you know what I mean? Like, you could even just be swearing to somebody and they're like, why are you using that language? Like, you're gross. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't do anything.
I know, when all the barriers were off and that stuff wasn't as woke, everybody seemed to get along fine. Even if that stuff was flying, everybody went, that's a joke. I can take a joke.
Just
now everybody's hypersensitive and, oh, you can't say that. And
yeah. It's hard, and there's just a lot of scrutiny. I think with our generation, just in general, for some reason, gets a lot of heat just because, like, we're trying to figure out this new world, and like, Oh God, like so many things are changing. I mean, in terms of just like, even like being afraid of being a woman with rights and like things like that. There's so many
Being a woman with what?
with like
Rights.
my rights and stuff. Like,
Oh, okay.
you know,
Are you concerned about AI taking over your job?
I mean, they definitely could. So
Ain't that the shits? We got a taste of that when somebody created a interview about Garry.
yeah,
And it was
It was not that stiff back and forth between two people of 6 months ago. It was flowing, and it had facts, and oh my God.
It's scary. AI is crazy now. I saw a video today that I sent. It was just a hamster, and I thought it was funny. And I sent it in the group chat, and my boyfriend Riley is like, "That's AI," and I was like, "What? I can't even tell anymore."
Yeah, and this is still the embryonic stage. Give it another 6 weeks, 6 months. See where it's at.
6 weeks. That's all it takes these days.
That really. Hey, I know you got to run, so I want to get everything in here. Your parents went to the Cubs Brewers game last night at the Rig.
Yes.
And another friend of mine, actually a former producer of mine and Leslie's, Rick Camphor, went the day before. He sent me a picture of the menu at one of the concession stands, and everything is say there was a beer there on the menu, $17.99, and everything is whatever the price is, $99. So they can get quite to the edge of if $18 is a turnoff, $17.99 is fine. Everything's $99. But it's expensive. The concessions are expensive, is my point. And your parents, they sent a picture. They brought a bag of McDonald's and some diet drinks, and that's allowed into the park. I thought they wouldn't allow that because they don't want to cut in on their concessions, but they allow certain things, right?
They do. As long as it's not opened, you can usually get away with, bringing a lot of things in there. And they've instilled that in me since I was a kid, since I've been going to games with them. So if I'm going with friends, I'm like, can we stop at 7-Eleven so I can get a Dr. Pepper that isn't $18?
I don't know how people can afford it. I mean, I'm not trying to be.
Water was like
get off my lawn.
$8 or $9.
What's that?
Crazy. Water was like $8 or $9. Hang on here.
Really,
let me see if I can find the actual.
Try to gouge more people.
I remember when I could first drink, I went and they had a Cubby Rita, and it was gonna come in this cute little baseball glass, and I was so excited. I was like, I want one of those. And then they're like, okay, it's gonna be $30, and I was like, huh?
Yes, and they just charge it and go, yeah, it's $30.
I was
whatever.
Like, okay, you loaded it up with tequila at least.
Large craft import draft, $18.99. Large American draft, $17.99. Craft import draft, $16.99.
We don't want to flip into the next dollar.
$99. Souvenir soda cup, $11.99. $99. They're going to start doing like gas stations. They should just put the little ones in the corner too.
$18 is offensive, but $17.99, it's acceptable.
Finally, Dasani water, $7.99.
Yeah.
And you know what about that? Dasani is the worst water. I will say one thing about
How do you screw up water?
The one thing about Gen Z, we love our water, and we know what water we like. And you're gonna throw in there a Dasani for $8? What?
Well,
$7.99.
$7.99. Rick said that a beer was $12.99, and I said, "Well, was that from a vendor, or did you go?" I thought it was a vendor because that's more expensive. He goes, "No, it's that at the vendor or at the concession stand."
There you go. You want a Cracker Jack, kids? $6.99.
$6.99, not $7.
That's $7.99.
99, not $8. $7.99.
Soft pretzel, $7.99.
99.
Oh. When they say buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks, I don't care.
Yeah, you got to take a mortgage out for that.
Yeah, I don't care if you ever go back because you won't, because you're broke.
You can't.
That's all your money.
Yeah. 99. It's one less than $18. It's comical almost on how they go about this, thinking they're animals, let them lose their souls.
And then Katie's dad is piping in, and then you have to tip. Yeah, I love when they turn it around and you're like, do I toss them $1 so they don't think I'm a douche nozzle or do something on. I know they would
how much
never
is the
do
nozzle?
anything on tour.
$8.99.
$8.99 for the nozzle.
No,
Now,
if you're making a drink for me, then yeah, I'll throw you a tip. But if you just handed me a bag of peanuts,
that's a tip? Yeah.
I will say for the ones walking up and down the things, I will always tip them because, I mean, they're lugging around these heavy things and
Right.
all day. Yeah, here, take 5.
They're independent contractors. That's
absolutely.
So Wrigley holds about 40,000 people. The average ticket for these playoffs is, I'm just saying, 100 to 150. Do the math on that. Do the math on the concessions. And boy, they've got the signage going. That's not the Wrigley of 35 years ago where there was no signage, nothing. And now it is tricked up like Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame them for that. It's just funny to me that they've gone from what they were 35, 40 years ago to this.
I laugh. I remember when I was younger, I would always, because we went to a lot of baseball games when I was younger, we would road trip places and we would always go to the local stadium in whatever state we were in. And I was always so upset. I was like, why don't we have a Megatron? I was like, I want to be on the big screen and we don't have one. And then Wrigley finally got one. And I was like, wait, I kind of don't like that.
Yeah.
How simple we were.
Well, that's progress.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of dumpy in a lot of ways.
Because you ended up on Svengoolie. And quick story. So your father sends all sorts of stuff to Svengoolie.
Wait, they ended up on Svengoolie's what?
His show. Yeah, his show.
Okay, explain. Because I'm going to talk Svengoolie in a little minute here about whatever it's going to be.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, like Leslie was saying, my dad, for a very long time, sends in the pictures to Sven because you get featured, like every week he features somebody that's a fan and he'll say thank you. And it's just a picture of you doing something like with Svengoolie on like a cup, which was what I had, or a hat or a t-shirt. And so my dad's been submitting pictures of him, pictures of stuff he's been doing. If he submits one to me, that week I'm pretty sure it gets put up. And he was like,
Gee, how did that
shocking
happen?
The man's in a coffin. He needs something to stimulate himself.
But he did eventually. It took me a minute to get that, but he did. He eventually did get one of him up.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a mercy post. Come on,
okay.
That's all that was.
Okay, Rich Coase, who's Svengoolie. Now that MeTV is nationwide, this guy can't go to brunch in San Diego without being swamped. He's a Beatle now.
Yeah.
This guy is huge nationwide.
Especially this time of year.
Yes. And I'm working on getting him on the show before Halloween, and that's in motion right now. And I'm so happy for this guy. He's the nicest guy. He deserves everything he's getting because this happened very late in his career.
Mm-hmm.
He's always been popular locally in Chicago, but now he can't go to a brunch in Detroit without being swamped.
Wow. I mean, it really is crazy. It's one of those things that goes to show, like, never give up on your dreams because you never freaking know when it can happen.
No, and he deserves everything he's getting right now. He's going to be at the Volo Auto Museum, a new sponsor, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But Katie, I know you have to go, get in the limousine and go be buried alive.
Before she goes, just so there's a reference so she knows who we're talking about. There's Ron Jeremy.
That's Ron Jeremy.
Yeah. Want to share a snorkel with that guy?
This guy was one of the hugest porn stars on the planet. I'm thinking, was there ever a day that he looked good? And how did this happen? Well, I know why it happened. Because of his snorkel.
My God.
Yeah.
And with that, if you were scared before, now you're really scared.
Now I'm terrified.
Katie, always a pleasure. And we're going to talk about where the bands Bon Journey and Oh Yes are performing this month in just a few minutes. And if you ever are near where Oh Yes is performing, because Katie is part of that configuration, she's not in Bon Journey, hopefully someday, you must go see them perform.
Please come see
it's so enjoyable. I'm so happy that we have all become friends because your family and Matt and Tyler and Doc, all the guys in the band, I said this to Brian and I keep saying this, and I really, 4th of July, you weren't there. You were at a cabin with your boyfriend, but we went to Matt's barn on the 4th of July, and it was now in the top 10 days of my life experience. of my entire life. It was so incredibly fun.
Wow.
This is a guy who has interviewed presidents and
oh my gosh,
all sorts of rock stars.
I'm telling you,
stuff,
I'm still to this is months later, and I still am feeling that vibe. And you know this, you're around them all the time. So maybe it's not that big of a deal, but for me, that was the first time I met your father and Matt and Tyler, and it was just and Leslie had met them before and still walked away that night and went, wow.
When I see them on stage with Bon Journey, I fangirl. I see my dad every single day. I'm in a band with him, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. They're so good. And it all happened very organically. Your father sent me an email. Hey, I'm in a band. Would you like us to play on the show? Yeah. And now it's all this. I mean, really, that's how life is.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's ecstatic. I mean, we love you guys, and thank you for bringing me onto the show as well. It's so fun to do. So
thank you, Katie. We'll talk again soon. Have fun tonight.
Cheers. Thank you.
Katie Sheridan.
You. Oh, my gosh.
Delightful. All right.
Yeah. You know, speaking of delightful.
Wow.
The delightful has only just begun.
I know. Another great GarrForce guest that we have every month is this woman, Jenna Duddleston.
Hi, guys.
Bartender. I can't think of a better combo platter on this show than you and Katie on the same show.
No, it was perfect. And everything that Katie was saying about like her generation, I was like, oh, I feel this in my bones, man. Yeah. Like I feel her so much.
Yeah.
I feel her. Except the getting buried alive. I can't relate to that. I'm sorry. It doesn't sound enjoyable, Katie. I'm sorry.
Are you a big Halloween fan, Jenna?
Oh, huge. Yeah. Halloween has become this very big day in my family. Like, and again, kind of very organically, but I grew up down the street from my aunt. So we would always pass out candy, and then she would have a big Halloween, just like dinner. It was like a dinner party, basically. And it's gotten to the point now where all of her kids are all grown. They all have children. And so all the kids come over, everyone dresses up. We all pass out candy. Everyone brings snacks. So it's like this giant potluck. And everyone gets little gifts and stuff like that. So I just realized, I'm like, oh, I got to work on my Halloween gift this year for everyone. And they're little, it's nothing like crazy big, but it's, I love Halloween so much. And normally every year I just dress like a witch because I feel like I get to really channel my inner being of who I am. And that's about it. But, my sister's really trying to get me to like really, really dress up this year. So I don't know what I'm going to be. So to be determined.
As we mentioned, every time you're on, your family has a bar on the south side of Chicago near White Sox Park called Shinnick's Pub. Been in the family for many decades. On Halloween, which was on a Friday this year. What kind of action do you get in that bar on a Halloween night?
So it always depends on like the day that it falls on, because obviously most times if it falls like on a Tuesday, we'll celebrate like the Saturday before realistically. But it falls on a Friday this year. So we're going to have a nice big party at the bar. So we're doing a giveaway. I don't know if I can say what it is yet. But it's a nice gift card that would benefit everyone. But I'm really excited. And my sister has been like, I just saw her, like her whole Halloween costume came in today. So I'm like, this is going to be a lot of fun. So I got to work on my costume because I'm one of those people that I'm not very good at. Like I'm good at planning ahead for what I need to plan ahead in, but I'm like, oh, it's already October 10th. I don't have anything prepared. I need. So I'm like, I need
Spirit Halloween stores are starting to sell out of the really cool costumes.
Is there one costume that is the costume this year?
So my guess is from my standpoint. Actually, let me just grab this really quick.
That's what she said.
I think everyone is going to be a showgirl this year.
Really?
I think everyone's going to dress up in some form of a showgirl because there's so many different variations to dress in. So I think we're going to see a lot of that.
Okay. That probably is right. Yes.
Yeah. That's my guess.
The other thing, Taylor Swift is breaking her own records with this new album. It's pretty extraordinary.
Although
it's
our own Ryan gave it kind of a mediocre review.
And my
it
daughter
has a lot of mixed reviews.
Yeah, my daughter's a huge fan, and she's on the fence about this. So I don't know what this is all about. But anyway, she's a juggernaut. It's not going to go away overnight.
Well, no, she's going to be okay.
Yeah,
and then the whole wedding's coming down, and she was at Selena's
really,
wedding.
Come on.
And everything. Yeah.
Hey, I got to go to this because if you don't know the percussion of Chicago, 2 baseball teams, Cubs, Sox. North side is Cubs, south side is Sox. The Cubs now going to the 5th game where they could advance if they win tomorrow. How are you feeling being in the shadow of White Sox Park? Are you not liking the fact that they're making it through so far?
No, I mean, I definitely cared a lot last time. I've never cheered against a team more in my life. I will say that with my full chest. I just realistically don't think that they have the depth to go this year. Just transparency. And I was watching the game last night with my mom, and I want to say it was in the 8th inning, and they just kept hitting the ball. And I looked at my mom and I said, I think this is going to come back and bite him in the ass. And she goes, I think so too, because it's like they were already up, I think 5-0 at that point, or like 4-0. And then it got to 6-0. And I'm like, are they putting on a hitting clinic now? And are their bats going to dry up come game 5 when they actually need it?
Why would their bats dry up overnight, though?
It's just a theory that me and my mom have sometimes. Is like sometimes you just get too hot and then it fizzles out. Like the spark ignites really quick and then it dies. Again, I could totally be wrong. Like it's very possible. And we don't know until we know on Saturday. But I mean, I'm not opposed to it for them. If they do it, awesome. But realistically, I think that there are better teams in baseball this year.
Okay,
and they do not have the pitching.
The fact that they lost the first 2 games, a lot of people were reflecting back to 1984 when they needed to just win 1 more game and they lost the next 3. So that was kind of the feeling a few days ago. Oh, God, they've lost 2. They're going to be out of this pretty soon. Well, it's all down to that game tomorrow. We're going to talk to Ryan because he's paying for those tickets as it goes on. And going,
oh my God. Yeah, I forgot. He had the postseason tickets with them.
He's got the whole postseason, and he's praying that they lose because he'll get the refund. But we're going to talk about the dynamic of his wife talked about going by herself and selling the other ticket, but that's not happened so far.
She doesn't want Ryan.
We'll talk. Yeah.
Okay.
He wants her to.
No, I don't get to go, Jenna, because I would talk and not be a good. I didn't go to any of the 20 games that she's season tickets she bought this year.
Oh, so she's superstitious. You can't come. I agree with her on this.
No, she just doesn't want to talk to anybody.
She just doesn't want to talk to anybody. But Ryan, now that you're on tomorrow, is she taking somebody or are you selling that extra ticket?
Oh no, she's taking the neighbor girl. So, but at least I get money for it. But I'm not sure I'm.
But face value.
Yeah, face value, which is okay. So
yeah, okay. Well, you're not out that's even.
No,
but your hope was she would go by herself, sell the ticket for face or certainly more, make some money. Now, if they win tomorrow, now you're in for, and then it's the best of 7, right?
I have a series. I made her give me a spreadsheet here. So the next
in for a penny, in for a pound.
Oh my goodness. The next round of tickets, if they had to do 3, is $1,200.
Okay. So you're just sitting there every day going, oh, shit, I got to pay for another 2 tickets tomorrow.
Yes.
And then beyond that, we'll see. So if the Brewers win tomorrow or the Cubs, they play the Dodgers, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Because the Dodgers are in the NL.
How interested Ryan is in the actual games. All he wants is the bottom line back, please.
Yeah.
If you were to sell both tickets tomoror, how much could you make?
Make a nice penny.
Because that's got to be
they're only $90 tickets. We could probably sell them for $300 a piece.
Oh, so the ticket profit.
Yeah, the tickets don't start getting expensive. The World Series ones are $300 a piece, and parking goes up too.
So they're only $90 for a playoff
Well, we bought
game.
the whole strip. We bought that whole postseason. So if you bought that whole thing as ticket holders, they're cheaper than retail. So,
but parking is $300.
No, parking's 30, but they keep messing with it.
Yeah.
So what's the fever up in Wisconsin
They're not
right
so
now? I mean,
bad up there.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy,
right?
Yeah. I mean, everything from the local city buses to anything that has a display on it, it has brewers on it. So,
wow. Okay.
I will say there is nothing like October baseball. Like I just had a friend ask me, she's like, Jenna, if you could only watch one sport for the rest of your life, what would it be? And I was like, first off, don't ever ask me that question ever again, because the anxiety that you've given me freaks me out too much. But I was like, I can't imagine giving up October baseball.
Yeah.
Like as much as I love like football and volleyball, like nothing beats October baseball. Like you're in it in every single pitch. And everything's on the line, and there's the potential for momentum to shift so quickly and so fastly, and it's just so intense.
And I like baseball. I just,
I just think your wife is superstitious. I think your wife is superstitious, and the fact that they've done well with you not being there, she's like, I just don't think you should be there.
And then we had to get brewer license plates too this year. So,
which are how much?
Oh, they're only $15. It's just a $15 add on there.
So that's not too bad.
That's a steal.
Really domestic beer at the ballpark.
Yeah, nothing.
Or a water and a peanut. Yes.
Yeah.
I just saw today where Indiana is offering black and white license plates. Have you heard about this? It's a black background with white letters or numbers. And they've just made $1 million on this because people are clamoring for
it. You can get Road America ones up here that are black and white.
Huh. Didn't you just do that so they would better blend with your car?
I did. I have a black car, so I bought the Road America license plates so they would blend with my car.
All right.
So I can't give her a hard time about the $15 brewer.
Yeah.
So I got to keep my mouth shut.
That's nothing. These special plates in Indiana, I think, are $45. And then if you want vanity, it's another $45.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I know.
All right. That's enough. All right. Jenna is, before we lose her to TMZ, because she's on TMZ a lot, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we've been doing it. It's been fun. I'm trying to think what was the last one we did. The last one was about Jimmy Kimmel getting his show canceled and Jon Stewart doing a special edition of the late night show. And basically he did an entire monologue where he did everything in sarcasm. And honestly, it was the greatest thing I've ever watched in my entire life.
The dynamic is they call you and say, we're going to do this as a topic. Can you riff on it?
Yeah. So basically, I did like a really cool kind of like behind the scenes on my Instagram and TikTok. If anyone wants to see that, it's on my pages of like what a day in the life kind of looks like. So my day with TMZ starts at 9 a.m. So they will email me what the trending topics are that day. So basically anything that's happened overnight or like first thing in the morning of the stories. And it's like list which ones you would like to talk about from 1 to 3. And they'll give me anywhere from like 3 to 6, 3 to 5 stories. And then I won't even hear of like what I'm going to say. The follow-up is you'll have a test call at 10:30. So I have about an hour and a half to kill. So I just set up my setup that I have here. And, we'll just do audio, visual, make sure everything's good and everything sounds good. If we have to raise or elevate anything, at that point, I then start to get
professional. They're so different than what we do here. We just like schmuck around.
Yeah.
And look how good it looks.
It looks great. It looks great. Yeah.
Seriously, come on. The lighting. Yeah. It's better than some. Yeah. Professional
it works out.
Interviews. But anyway, okay. So there's that much setup.
There's that much. Well, like for me, there's a lot of setup because like my whole thought is, it's 10 to 30 seconds that I have and I want it to look really good and I want it to sound really good because as you guys should. And like you guys know too, like I mean, there's nothing worse than
make or break people in this sort of environment, as evidenced by there is a candidate right now who's getting like beaten to shit because of lighting and just essentially 15 seconds of an interview that can go that south. So I understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah, and the audio part of it too, like, and I don't even know if the listeners probably pay attention to this like consciously, but there's nothing worse than like wanting to hear someone and like this isn't working properly. And if that doesn't work properly, the reality is people are just going to skip past you. So making sure the like technical side of everything is like set up and good and ready to go is just as important as like the look and the aesthetic and how everything is too. So once that's done, I still normally don't know what my story is. So I have about an hour and a half to get ready. So I'll normally like jump in the shower, start getting ready.
Are you videotaping that too?
No, I'm not videotaping that.
I'm in the shower.
You might want to, because that might help.
That sells.
That sells. Not what we're trying to sell.
We're
not
just saying.
Not my boat. But then I'll start to get ready, and normally during that time they'll send me like, this is going to be your story. But in all of the times I've done it, any of my top 3 have never been my top 3. So they're like, what do you think about this story? Do you want to talk about this? And I'll say yes. And then they'll be like, okay, what about this story? And then you basically send over a little, 10 to 30 second blimp of like, hey, this is what I'm going to say. We'll work through it back and forth if we need to. Like the first one I needed to work through back and forth just because like it was the first time. I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I was going to say. And then we wait for them to tell me to go. They'll give me a go time. And normally it's around like anywhere from like, I'd say anywhere between like 12 and 1, depending on like where it falls in the show. And then
view it. Yeah. I mean, this is showing up later and later across the country then.
Yeah. So then when that's done, then I'm just done. And then I take everything down and I clean everything up. And
so,
yeah.
Are you talking to Harvey and Charles directly?
Yeah. So I'll make a comment, and then if they like it or say anything about it or ask me questions, I will follow up with them. So there is that like active listening part. So you can't just like blindly like say something and then be like you need to like hear, because you need to be paying attention. Like, and there is the interaction. So yeah, last week, or not last week, it would have been, I guess, last month now. There was like small bickering back and forth, but my goal whenever I do this for the most part is like, unless it's like a very serious topic, like I want to try to make them laugh, because it is 30 seconds. So you need to find a way to stick out and to be remembered.
Some of us in beta, that's our life. That's
so that's
want to do. Just make people laugh. Right there.
TMZ is in the rotation of a solid news source now. This is not just some show busy network.
No,
this is a go-to.
When I went on 2 months ago, the story that I had, we were all set to go. I don't even remember what it was. Oh, it was about Serena Williams promoting Ozempics. And then it would have been 20 minutes before I was supposed to go on. They were like, hey, we have breaking news. Do you want to talk about Lil Nas X? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so I went to go Google it, and I was like, hey, I can't find it anywhere. Like, and they were like, oh no, because we're literally talking illegal right now to make sure that we can post it. But like, we're breaking the story. And I'm like, okay. So they really do like hit their ducks. And again, is it Harvey? Harvey's background is in law. Like he went to law school at Northwestern, I believe. So
which is how they kept themselves on the
air.
And I mean,
yeah, and even when you hear him talk, like that day that we did the Lil Nas X one, I was supposed to be the first story, and then there was even bigger breaking news that happened. So it was like chaos, and everything got pushed back by like almost 40 minutes because they were trying to fact check, verify, make sure everything's good, and it was about Hulk Hogan's death being malpractice. So hearing him talk about like, I don't know what Florida law is, what, like not just like reporting it, but what are the legalities of all of it is like, oh, that's, again, I didn't go to law school. That wasn't part of like my education, but watching
this is
him.
The new media. I mean,
but this is the new media.
A lot of this used to be worked through legal well before any of this stuff would ever hit air. The Walter Cronkites and people like that. Yeah. It is interesting to see how the bouillabaisse is made here.
Well, it's like learning. It's the sausage. I was going to say it's learning how the sausage is made. And I mean, I find it fascinating.
I mean, I'm glad you're getting that exposure. You deserve it. I mean, you're very good at what you do. And we want to get that drink recipe because that's what we're here for.
Jenna, do you have to run away?
I
do
don't.
You have a few minutes?
I do. If you guys want to do what you need to do.
Let's tease the giveaway because we're getting up to that point. And
like I said, this is going to be where the affiliates are going to have to stay with us. We got a lot to do yet.
And basically, this prize package looks a lot like last week's prize package. Ooh. For the mere fact that last week's prize package was a previous prize package winner. I'm saying prize package a lot, and it's a good thing I have one of these screens. But anyway, he decided that all he wanted a couple of things. He wanted the season 6 refrigerator magnet, and I threw in some fortune-telling fish. But he said everything else, because I am a donor and a previous winner, let's put it back in rotation. Oh, so with that, an Oh Yes t-shirt, because it's our favorite band on the planet, next to Bon Journey.
Yes.
Bon Journey. Mm-hmm.
And so with that, we also have some Bon Journey koozie.
Nice koozie.
A sticker. And a bracelet. We also have the special edition Brian Sheridan
X-ray specs.
Beautiful.
No, they're just sunglasses, but they do say Bon Journeyed and Oh Yes on them.
Mm-hmm. X-ray.
T-shirts. Well, there's that whole thing that we've been talking about in previous shows about our dearly departed friend Matt Cox, who used to take things I'd say out of context and then turn them into t-shirts. And now I'm sharing that with you. And this has to do with like the old trope in horror movies, which seems very appropriate for this time of year, where the maiden in distress would somehow fall down and then just scream. And my response is, and this is Fay Ray from King Kong, the original King Kong, and it says, "Just run, bitch."
Yeah.
So you have that one going for you.
That's incredible.
Well, true. I mean, come on. A thing that you throw against the wall and it sticks. Tracy from Wisconsin, our ball liquor mama. Oh, God love you.
They need to go to that haunted house.
Okay, I used this one last week to show. We do have a party blower thing, but I did not put my lips on that one. That one is pure.
Although some might request that.
Yeah.
This is a Velcro thingy.
Fire.
A turtle. Isn't this the coolest turtle magnet?
That's a magnet?
Fridge?
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Speaking of magnets, this is one of the things that our winner from last week wanted, and that's the season 6 refrigerator magnet for the GarrForce Live.
Nice.
Couple of fortune-telling fish, and finally the prize that started it all, your very own wine condom.
Wine condom.
So I'm thinking, Jenna, what's the name of this drink?
It is a paper plane.
Oh,
let's make that the giveaway.
That's our word that
spelled
wins.
Like paper, PLANE, right?
Yeah, exactly as it's spelled. It sounds as spelled. I'm gonna grab I'm sorry.
Be our giveaway is #paperplane for this super prize.
Put that in the queue if you'd like to try to win that stuff. Paper plane. #paperplane.
So tell us about
the drink. Yes. Yeah. So really delicious, and I feel like I've been wanting to make some like classic cocktails for the show, and this is one of those that is a very classic cocktail, and I think it's great for summertime. I think it's great for like this fall kind of season that we're in because we are using bourbon. So we need 4 ingredients with this guy. All right, a little bit of Aperol. We are going to do bourbon of choice. I'm using Wild Turkey. We want some fresh lemons. And I also made some lemon peels because we're going to use that as a garnish. And then the traditional recipe calls for Amaro Nonino. I went to Binny's today, realized it was $60. And I said, what's a substitute? And they said I could use Amaro Verna. So I already had this. So I'm like, we're just using this as a substitute. It's still the
this
same.
happened, what, last time you were on, where you went to Binny's with some ingredient that cost an insane amount of money.
Green chartreuse is a very expensive, almost like collectible item that like you need to know someone inside that can put it aside for you because they just don't get a lot of them. But these all work. All of these options work. Go ahead, Leslie.
Cool. No, but the fact
top
that
of the hour, news, traffic, weather, and sports back in 15.
Beautiful.
But where they're willing to work with you to find that same flavor profile for a whole lot less.
Yeah, and I think, you know, obviously if you want it to look exactly as is, like you can, if you're someone who like drinks a cocktail like this all the time, like go ahead and pop off and get it. I'm like, if I already had a great substitute, why already, like I don't need to buy it. Like I already have, like use the supplies that we have. I already had these in the bar queue underneath.
Exactly.
So it's all equal parts. And I'm going to say this because someone asked me this last time. Equal parts basically just means it's all the same ounces across the board. So 3/4 for everything. We're going to do a little bit of fresh lime juice. I'm going to squeeze that into my jigger to make sure. Is it to the jigger?
Watch your mouth.
A jigger is 1.5 ounces, correct?
A jigger. Well, my jigger, the one side is 1 ounce and the other side is 2 ounces. So it just depends on.
Oh, I always
what
thought
kind.
that a jigger equaled 1.5 ounces. Okay.
What? Yeah. So
you got to rejigger, Leslie.
I should. I'm doing it all the time. This is called my life.
Yeah. There we go. All right. So we got some fresh lemon juice in there. We're going to do 3/4 of wild turkey bourbon. Again, whatever bourbon you have at home will be great. I would avoid anything that's flavored, though. I would say that. But again, that's just kind of my thought. This would be what the Amaro Nonino is. We are doing the Amaro Verna and then a little Aperol. So Aperol is going to give it this really pretty like hue of a red color, which I love. And again, it's just, I'm really excited for you guys. It's going to look weird. I know it's going to look weird, but like,
it's like good.
But like, just trust the process. Like, trust me, trust the process. It all works out great. All right. Then we're going to make sure she's tight on top.
What's the name of this drink?
A paper plane.
Yeah.
Paper plane.
Paper plane. Right. That's also the phrase that pays or the word that pays. Paper plane. Hashtag paper plane. Put it in the queue.
By the way, Karen says I thought it was Alvernia, which was the high school she went to in Chicago, which is where my sisters went. Shout out to my sisters with that.
All right.
Anyway,
we're going to take it, little frosted martini glass. Because again, we want to make it look pretty, right?
That looks holiday already.
It does. It is. It's really nice. And then you're going to take one of your peels from your lemon, and then you're just going to spritz it. And you can, obviously it's like hard to see right now, but when you're up close, it gives it this really nice, just lemony flavor on top, which you're just going to love. And it's just going to bring it all together. And then, ladies and gentlemen, that right now
is
your
paper plane. Very good. Very good.
Oh yeah, these are delicious.
Garry was
like these are
from the mic
poundable.
Earlier in the show, and Jenna asked actually her father asked what the drink of the month was going to be. And when you said paper plane, he was like, ooh, that's nice. So yeah, definitely. Ooh, that's nice.
It's really hard to believe, Jenna, next month we're going to talk holiday drinks. I mean,
I know.
Where did this year go?
Honestly, I have no idea, because I just talked to someone about going on their show, and they were like, well, how about I have you on come November right before Thanksgiving? And I was like, because we were talking about how like I cook Thanksgiving, so that's like a fun little tradition. We could talk about that next month. But I was like, oh my God, it's already what? Yeah. And like there was a Christmas commercial on the radio.
Oh yeah, they're starting now.
I was like, oh God, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
All right.
A week from today is Hallmark's kickoff to Christmas, just so you know, kids.
Great.
That's bananas.
Well, and sadly, this is where Thanksgiving has just fallen by the wayside, which used to be my favorite holiday.
It still is. It still is. It doesn't have to get trampled. We're going to keep it alive.
But in the meantime, I gotta say, all the Halloween decorations are kind of kicking ass.
Yeah.
Well, it's time. It's not too early anymore. It's October.
Yeah.
All right, Jenna. Thank you. We'll talk to you next month.
Thank you, guys. Next month. Can't wait to be back.
Cheers. All right, Jenna Duddleston, and her family's bar is Shinnick's Pub on the south side of Chicago in the Bridgeport area, in the shadow, as I have said, of White Sox Park. If you're in that area, go get a drink, say hello. Leslie, we are going to be running a little late here for the affiliates. We have to notify them. We have to do the sponsors. We have to welcome a new.
Yes, and we have a new one.
A new sponsor.
Oh my God, and it's my gosh, you guys.
Volo Museum. Now, Volo is 55 years old. They've done a huge renovation. And if you've not been there for the last few years, it's all new and incredible. This is going to be a national treasure very soon here, because there's a lot going on at Volo. Ryan, what should we put up first about Volo?
We'll do.
Okay, Svengoolie is going to be there. They got a Beetle coming on November 1st.
The fifth Beetle?
Tickets go on sale October 17th. There are only 180 tickets. So that's going to be about a 90-second run before all the tickets are sold. And to visit with Sven these days, that's really tough. So that's coming up at Volo.
And this is the same thing tied to that, I believe. The same is that
on that day, November 1st.
November 1st. So this is the other part.
Yeah, another thing going on at Volo from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Spooky Artisan Fair. One of many things that happen at Volo all the time. And there's video we have too, Leslie, if you'd like to see that. We got some video.
This is of the antique mall side of things. And I mentioned to Gary that when Henry and I went and looked for bowling pins, we went to Volo and we scoured this side, and Henry said, why are we spending
rows and rows and rows of things, correct?
Right. And Henry said, Dad, why don't we just ask if they have bowling pins? I said, oh, no, we can find them. We finally asked, and he said, I don't know why you don't ask. So this is a couple quick videos of the antique mall side of things.
Okay. Yeah, they've got a lot of great stuff for sale.
Yep. And here's
that's a basket. Everybody should have.
Ventura Highway, sweet. I'm going to have Jim, the curator, on next Friday on this program. So we're going to get deep into the renovation of Volo. It's in the northern part of the state of Illinois. It's really, we've had the tour before. It's just a fraction of what is. It's unbelievable. I mean, this thing is going to explode nationwide.
And
it's going to be like Yosemite, museum, Leslie.
On top of the museum element here, this place is like selling cars.
Yeah.
Their main business is buying and selling cars, vintage vehicles. I mean, and some freaking amazing ones at that. So wow. This is the whole deal.
Welcome,
Thank
Volo.
You, Volo.
Yeah, volofun@gmail.com. That's right. Isn't that their website? Is it on any of that stuff?
No,
Volo,
it's not in any of that
I think
stuff.
it's volofun@gmail.com. You'll find it. Put in Volo Museum.
Is it Volo?
Volo Fun. Yeah, I know it's fun. But welcome. We have also the Hale Street group. Yes, Ryan?
Yeah, it's volofun.com.
Volofun.com. Very simple. Volofun.com, and you'll see all that's happening.
Yes.
Monday is, I don't know what they call it anymore. It used to be Columbus Day, but they've got a special going on for kids. Check that out. If you're in that area and want to do something with your kids that are, I believe, under 12, they've got a nice little deal going.
I checked my calendar. It is both Columbus Day and Indigenous Peoples Day. So whatever floats your boat.
Yeah. Go check out Volo on Monday.
Just don't yuck other people's yums. Don't harsh other people's mellows.
Yeah. Keep your Columbus attitude to yourself.
Oh, no. Just once again, don't yuck each other's yields.
Simple. That's what my bumper sticker says. Hale Street Group, that's Matt Publicus. He's the lead singer. Look at this guy. This guy does everything right.
Stud.
I know. He's a man's man, Leslie.
Yes, he is.
I know you are impressed with him. I'm impressed as another male. And this is the kind of stuff he does. Look at this. He built this.
Barn. That's the barn that we were at when it was
we were at on July 4th.
Yeah.
That's on his property. He built
it's
that.
It's when they were hosting the Hogwarts evening.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, are you Hufflepuff or are you Slytherin?
Yes, I'm one of those. So, yeah, that's what Matt does. HaleStreetGroup.com. They'll work within your budget. They build these beautiful homes in the northern suburbs of Chicago and Fontana and Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. They do room additions, playhouses, gymnasiums. Matt will do it for you and making the world a better place. David Hochberg does that too by saving you money on your mortgage. If you need to refi, the rates have gone down. If you're in the 7s or 8s, call him for the free consultation at those numbers. See if you can get that rate down. That's what he does. Saves you money. You like saving money? Good. He'll do that. Buddy Bear Car Washes around Chicago. Give your car a bear hug, get the goo off, and they have the good vacuum cleaners too. You got to have a good vacuum cleaner at a car wash, as far as I'm concerned, because there's stuff under the seat you can't get to. All right, and Bon Journey to Know Yes are playing October dates. Okay, the Sundance Saloon, October 18th. Where's that at, Ryan? And where
in Mundelein, Illinois. I know that.
Okay, and Dirty Nellies is in Palatine, Illinois, I believe.
Yes, I think.
Because I've been there.
I think
on Halloween. Imagine that. Wow.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
Wow. And there they are. There's Tyler and Matt being Studley.
Yes. So we will have more band pictures. I've got new band pictures we'll share each week. So
okay. What'd you say, Leslie?
And they're just nice beside.
Yeah, that's it. I mean
that's the whole thing about masculinity. It's not all toxic. Some of it's just fun.
Just nice to be around, right? Yes. Is it wrong?
Crazy.
Yeah. Leslie, what stories do you have?
Well, we are running late, so I gotta go with the pièce de résistance here.
All right, pick one.
Oh, there is the one. And if you've been online recently, it's a standout. We don't do politics. We don't bother with anything but okay. Let me just do a shout out for the Chicago people who are watching today's show. Loyola University Chicago's men's basketball and lots of sports fans are mourning the death of the team's chaplain and #1 superfan, Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt, or simply Sister Jean. She passed yesterday at the age of 106. While popular with Rambler fans, Sister Jean gained some national notoriety in 2018 during the NCAA playoffs, where her just simple courtside presence got a lot of camera time. She was just a sweetie pie, and the world needs more sweetie pie.
Right, and she was active until just a year or two ago.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and shit, I gotta find the one.
Mother Teresa was the saint of the gutters, and Sister Jean, saint of the rimming. Yes.
Okay, so the other story, and I should go here, is on a completely different tact here. Sheriff's deputies in Polk County, Florida, got quite a surprise during a routine screening of an arrestee. You may have heard this already, but 51-year-old Walter Meier was arrested following a couple of strange encounters with police. The first at a public restroom where there was a report of a naked man. Meier was the only person there, but he was dressed when police arrived. So they released him with a warning to just simply move on, which he did. to some nearby railroad tracks on private property. This time, officers took him into custody when they found meth on his person. It was during the routine screening at the lockup where the real excitement began. And that's when they did an x-ray, and officers found a thermos inside Mr. Freimeier's rectum. Says one of the officers involved, quote, and I love these quotes, maybe they need a new PR person. But anyway, I don't want to, judge, but quote, he brought a thermos into the jail. That's right. He put it up the exit ramp. You know what I mean? Says this officer. Freimeyer was taken to a hospital to have the thermos removed. That same officer who quoted previously went on to say, quote, they had to find a specialist. It was quite the ordeal. He's thermosless now at the county jail today.
Okay, it's not a storage locker. How many times do we have to say this? Here's what I enjoyed when you were reading that story. Your cat, which one was that?
Tula?
Was watching you like, what in the hell are you talking about? I love the expression on the cat.
She's like, Mom,
really?
What the hell?
Really, give it up. Give it up. Hey, I got to mention something because it was very weird. It's very vortexy. Yesterday would have been John Lennon's 85th birthday, right?
Right.
So I'm going around the cable and the movie Rosemary's Baby was on. Have you ever seen it?
That movie freaked me out harder than
if you're not familiar with it.
I don't like slasher.
Yeah. I don't like
that
them either.
movie.
Yeah, that movie, 1968, very weird. Mia Farrow
yeah.
gives birth to the devil baby.
Satan's baby, yes.
Mia Farrow's character lives in the Dakota in New York. They don't call it that in the movie, but that's where John Lennon lived, right? I had forgotten this part. So I'm watching the movie, Leslie. There's a scene where a woman jumps from a window in the Dakota in the front of the building to her death in front of the building, and she lands, and I'm watching this going, oh my God, that's basically where John Lennon was shot, where they show this, because you can see the arch of the building, and everybody that's familiar with that building or John Lennon's death has seen that a million times. That's where that body was in 1968. I'm like, this is on John Lennon's birthday. Very weird.
That's some creepy
vortex warning has been issued, so hang in there. All right, Ryan.
So who's gonna win?
Well, I just want to say to Ryan, get well wishes to his mother. His mother has fallen and hit her head, and she's in the hospital, and we want to wish her well.
Thank you.
Yeah. So now we give away something.
Always something going on. So here we go.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
you need more on your plate,
Ryan. Doesn't have enough going on. Not to mention the fact, once again, what a great freaking new opening. And
hey, there's a new closing
you're
too.
Working on
and a new closing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
We did it all.
What do you sleep? Do you sleep like 45 minutes a day?
I don't. Okay, here we go. Let me do this.
Oh my God, it's Johnny from Michigan.
He knows how to get a hold of us.
He knows how to get a hold of us. He's just got his ear pierced. He's on the move.
Yes, he did.
He's Johnny from Michigan. Congratulations, Johnny. You deserve it. Okay, Ryan, can we quickly talk about, we had some hiccups again with the premium shows being posted this week.
So I attribute to being a technology goofiness, but also I think Libsyn is phasing out the premium subscription. So I think maybe they're working on, some of their back-end infrastructure and have just run into issues. So the first thing I would say is if you notice any goofiness, please get a hold of Garry. Because sometimes, we're not necessarily in the same app at the same time that you guys are. And we're getting, Garry said that we're getting very close to getting Supercast all up rocking and rolling, and it'll be a really good experience for everybody.
Yeah,
so
it's really
thank you for your patience. But
bumpy to get to this finish line and get to Supercast, but and thank you for being patient with us. We know that the premium shows, they were recorded, but they weren't posted. And are they all okay right now?
Yeah, everything's all okay. And again, as they say, I think the law enforcement officers say, if you see something, say something. So if you see something goofy, let us know. Don't assume, we know everything. So, and again, thank you for all of your, support
really.
the years.
Thank you so much. We'll have more information on Supercast
like and
soon.
subscribe, share with your friends.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to keep doing this. And we do
need
it
your
because
help.
we love it.
We need your help. We really do. We really do. And that supermoon kicked our ass a little bit.
We don't abuse kitties or puppies on.
We don't. Not
no
on
shock
this
collars on this girl.
No.
And she can't believe what I say sometimes.
All right. We have the cannoli coming down the aisle. It's delicious and complimentary. Please take it. How do we go into this long Columbus Day weekend with the schnauzer?
You know what? Get your keisters over to the Volo Auto Museum because they're going to treat your schnauzer right there. Put it into a really fancy vehicle and let you have a really great time. And there are dinosaurs and there's all sorts of historical stuff.
Bunch of stuff.
It's crazy.
volofun.com. All right. 3 in the green. Gear is down. Flaps are down. The voice of the globe. We'll talk to you premium members on Tuesday. We have landed.
We have landed. 552 on check 1 0 1 French for 72 about.